again, just to sort of recap, this is a Do More with Canvas. And I wanted to make sure that I showed samples for you. I use Canvas a lot differently than our classroom teachers do, in that, I don't have conversations, I don't make announcements, I don't have discussions. So what I've done is I've curated some videos from the Canvas guides so that I could actually show you samples. And it's going to look a lot like what it will look like for you as you use it as a classroom teacher. Okay, so we're going to jump in. And as you can see, we're going to talk about conversations, calendars, announcements, discussions, cloud assignments, quizzes, and SpeedGrader. These are some of the topics that I felt, if you're fairly new to Canvas and you attended the beginning session yesterday, you learned how to do assignments and how to get in and move your content. These are now items that you probably will need to use as you continue working in Canvas. Canvas can do so much more. There are other items and features that are available, and those can be found in the guides. It's just way too much to teach you in 1 hour or even to show you in 1 hour. So we're just going to touch on these topics today. At any time, if you ever have a question about Canvas, please don't hesitate to email me, and I can take care of that with you. Let's look at conversations.
In this video, you will learn how to view, manage, and send direct messages to individuals or groups of people using the Conversations tool. You can access Conversations by clicking the Inbox link in Global Navigation. The Conversations inbox displays a Conversations panel, conversation threads, and a toolbar. The Conversations panel displays a list of individual conversations listed in chronological order from newest to oldest. Each conversation displays the most recent communication date, a read or unread icon, the names of individuals included in the conversation, the number of responses in the communication thread, and the conversation's subject and contents. You can also start individual conversations and click the checkbox to open one conversation or to select multiple conversations you may want to archive or delete. To view an individual message, click the conversation. The communication thread displays on the right. Threads with multiple messages display with the newest messages at the top. To reply to a conversation, click the Reply button. For additional ways to manage a conversation, click the Options icon. You can reply all, forward your conversations to other users, archive the conversation, star the conversation, or delete the conversation from your inbox. You can also reply to a threaded message within the conversation by hovering over the timestamp and clicking the Reply button. The Options icon in each threaded message allows you to reply all to a threaded response, forward a response in a conversation, or delete individual responses. Use the Conversations toolbar to manage your Canvas conversations. By clicking the All Courses drop-down menu, you can filter to see only messages related to a specific course or group. By clicking the Inbox drop-down menu, you can choose to view all unread, starred, sent, archived, or submission comments messages. The toolbar also displays a Compose button, and when a conversation is selected, you can also see the Reply and Reply All buttons, as well as the Options icon. Click the Options icon to mark the message as unread, or to forward or star the message. When you select one or more conversations, the Archive and Delete buttons display. You can always retrieve your archived messages by clicking the Inbox drop-down menu, but you cannot retrieve deleted messages. The Search tool allows you to find and view messages from a specific user. You can also click the Address book to search for recipients within a given class, group, or section. To send a new message, click the Compose button. First, select a course from the Course drop-down menu to filter users and groups to send a message. Then, select recipients by typing one or more names in the To field. As you type, matching users' names generate below the field. You can also add recipients by clicking the address book icon and filtering users by course, role, section, or group. Next, enter a title in the subject line. If you want to send the same message to multiple people individually rather than sending one email that goes to the collective group, click the Send Individual Message to Each Recipient checkbox. Finally, type your message in the text box. You can also add attachments or record or upload video or audio messages to your message by clicking the Attach and Media buttons. To send your message, click the Send button. You've now completed this tutorial video on conversations. For additional information,
Now we're going to look at some calendar features.
in this video, you will learn how to view and create events, assignments, and assignment groups in the calendar. To get started, click the calendar icon in Global Navigation. The calendar displays events, assignments, and assignment groups for all your courses and groups. The sidebar displays the Quick View calendar, a list of your courses and group calendars, and any undated course or group items. You can filter the items that display on your calendar by course or group by clicking the box next to the course or group name. You can also view your personal calendar by clicking the box next to your name in the calendar list. From this calendar, you can add personal events and reminders. Change the calendar using the week, month, and agenda buttons. The agenda view allows you to view all of your calendar items in a chronological list. Select the date range for your agenda view using the date range link. The week and month views allow you to view your calendar items in a weekly or monthly calendar. You can view the previous or next week or month by clicking the date range arrows. To go back to today's date, click the Today button. Add an event to your calendar by clicking on the day if you are using the week or month views, or by clicking the Add icon at the top of the calendar. Give the event a title, date, time, and location if applicable. Note that you can always change the title and dates later. Select the calendar to which the event should be added. Please note that after an event is saved, the calendar to which it is assigned cannot be changed. To add more details to the event, such as an event description or address, click the More Options button. When you're finished, click Submit. To add an assignment to the calendar, click on the day or click the Add icon at the top of the calendar. Then click the Assignment tab. Assignments that are added to the calendar will also be added to the Assignments page, Syllabus, and Course Gradebook. Give your assignment a title and a due date, and select the course to which the assignment should be added. If you use assignment groups, you can add the assignment to a specific group using the Group drop-down menu. If you are ready to publish your assignment, click the Publish toggle. To add more information or change settings, click the More Options button. When finished, click Submit. After an assignment has been added to the calendar, changes can be made to the assignment's due date and details. However, the calendar to which the assignment was added cannot be modified. If changes are made to an assignment, they will be immediately visible on the assignments page and on your syllabus. If you'd like to schedule an appointment group in which students can sign up for a time slot, such as office hours or TA sessions, you can use the scheduler. To create a scheduler appointment group, click on the day or the Add icon at the top of the calendar. Then click the Appointment Group tab. Give the appointment group a name, add a location, and select the calendar to which the appointment group should be added. To allow students to sign up in groups, check the Have Students Sign Up in Groups checkbox. Enter the date and time range for the appointment group. To split the time range into multiple appointment time slots, enter the appointment duration time into the time field. Then click the Go button. Note that the appointment date, time range, and appointment slots cannot be modified after the appointment group is saved. However, additional dates, time ranges, and appointment slots can be added to the original appointment group. In the Options section, you can limit how many students can sign up for a time slot, make appointment slots public to students in the course, and limit the number of appointments available for each participant. Add details for the appointment group in the Details field. To save the appointment group, click the Publish button. When a student has signed up for a slot, the appointment slot displays as a solid color. To subscribe to a calendar feed in iCal, Outlook, Yahoo, and Google, click the calendar feed link at the bottom of the sidebar. Then copy the link to paste into your preferred calendar app. You've now completed this tutorial video on the calendar. For additional information on this or any other topic about Canvas, please visit guides.canvaslms.com. You can also ask questions and engage with other Canvas users by visiting community.canvaslms.com.
Now we're going to look at an overview on the announcements.
In this video, you will get an overview of announcements. You can use announcements to communicate course information to students. For example, you can remind students of upcoming coursework, share useful resources, or celebrate student success. To create a new announcement from the course homepage, click the New Announcement button. You can also create a new announcement and view and manage other announcements from the Announcements page. Search for an announcement by typing a title, keyword, or username into the search field. To view announcements you haven't read yet, select Unread from the drop-down menu. Click the External Feeds link to subscribe to the announcement feed via a feed reader. To delete or close comments for an announcement, click the Options icon. You can create a new announcement by clicking the Add Announcement button. On the Announcements Details page, add a topic title in the Title field. Then use the Rich Content Editor to add and format your announcement content. To select which sections will receive the announcement, use the Sections drop-down menu. You can also add an attachment, delay posting the announcement until a future date, allow users to comment, enable a podcast feed, and allow liking. To save and post your announcement, click the Save button. Announcements that have not been delayed will send a notification to applicable users immediately. To change course announcement settings, click the Settings link in Course Navigation, and click the More Options link. You can choose to show or hide recent announcements on the course homepage. Choose the number of announcements that show on the homepage, and disable comments on announcements. You've now completed this tutorial video on announcements.
Now let's look at how can we do discussions.
In this video, you will learn about the Discussions Index page and discussion creation. To get started, click the Discussions link in Course Navigation. This takes you to the Discussions Index page. From the Discussions Index page, you can view a list of all discussions in your course. Filter the list of discussions to view all or unread discussions. Search for a specific discussion by title or keyword, and start a new discussion. You can also manage settings for all discussions in your course by clicking the Settings icon. When you view a discussion, unread replies are automatically marked as read when you scroll past them. To help you keep track of which posts still need review when you view a discussion, select the Manually Mark Posts as Read checkbox. To allow students to begin a new discussion, select the Create Discussion Topics checkbox. You can also allow students to edit and delete their own posts by selecting the Edit and Delete Their Own Posts checkbox. Note that this only applies when students are on the web. This functionality is not currently available on the mobile interface. To allow students to attach pictures or documents to a discussion post, select the Attach Files to Discussions checkbox. Click the Save Settings button when you are done. The Discussions index page is organized into 3 areas: Pinned Discussions, Discussions, and Closed for Comments. The Pinned section displays a list of discussions that show at the top of a student's discussions page. The Discussions section displays a list of current discussions with most recently active listed first. The Closed for Comments section displays a list of discussions with expired availability dates and discussions that have been manually closed. To move a discussion from one section, or to organize discussions in the Pinned Discussions section, drag and drop it to the preferred location. Click a discussion's options icon to open or close commenting, pin or unpin, and duplicate or delete a discussion. You can view at-a-glance information for individual discussions. Graded discussions display the assignment icon, and discussions that require a peer review display the peer review icon. Dates display for graded discussions and for discussions with assigned to-do dates. Publish icons indicate the published status of a discussion. Click the subscribe icon to subscribe or unsubscribe to a discussion. You can also view the number of unread and total replies in a discussion. To create a new discussion, click the Add Discussion button. From the Discussion Details page, give your discussion a title in the Topic Title field, and add directions, media, and other instructional content using the Rich Content Editor and Content Selector. To assign an ungraded discussion to a specific section in your course, click the Post To drop-down menu, and type the name of or select a section name from the options that appear. Add an attachment to your discussion by clicking the Choose File button and selecting a file from your computer. Select other discussion format options in the Options menu, and create a group discussion by selecting the This is a Group Discussion checkbox. You can create a graded discussion by selecting the Graded checkbox in the Options menu. Next, enter the discussion point value in the Points field, and specify how the grade displays in the gradebook in the Display Grade As drop-down menu. Then select an assignment group from the Assignment Group drop-down menu. You can also specify peer review requirements for your discussion. Assign a due date as well as availability dates for the discussion. You can also assign the discussion to specific sections and students, or differentiate due dates for sections and students within your course. Click the Add button, and in the Assign To field, type or select the section or student name. Then add due and availability dates. Click the Save button to save your newly created discussion as a draft, or click the Save and Publish button to save changes and make the discussion available to students. You will then be taken to the discussion page where you can view all of the discussion's details. You've now completed this video tutorial on Discussions Overview. For additional
This next section that we're going to watch a video on is on cloud assignments. And if any of you were in the digitizing session that we held prior to this, the question was asked, well, what's the best way for me to share an assignment with my students in Canvas, especially if it's an assignment that I've done using one of the Google apps. We can use cloud assignments. You can do it with Google. You can also do it with Office 365. And what it does is it will create a copy of the assignment and will place that copy in the student's Google Drive, and the students can then submit. So let's watch to see how you do that.
Canvas allows us to create what is called a cloud assignment. We can do this using Google or Office 365. To create a cloud assignment, we go to the Assignments tab, Add Assignment. going to just call this Google Cloud Assignment. Going to add my instructions, which say, please complete the worksheet below. You can edit it directly on the page. When you're ready to submit, click the Submit button. Going to add the point value. I'm going to keep it in the assignment groups. I'm going to display it as points. And the submission type I'm going to change to external tool. When I use an external tool, I either find the external tool or I put the external tool URL here. I've chosen external tool. I'm going to find. As you see, there are several. So I'm going to scroll down. Here is the Google Docs Cloud assignment. And if I scroll on down in alphabetical order, you'll see the Office 365 Cloud assignment. Again, we're going to do a Google one. Now what it's doing, it's going to take me into my Google Drive, and then I need to navigate to the document that I want to include for the assignment. Submit, and what that did, it put the URL in the box for me, and then I say select. Submission type is complete. If I want this to load in a new tab, I could click that box and it would do that. Let's let the students have limited, they can have 2 tries. I'm going to assign it to everyone. I'm going to assign a due date. If I wanted to limit the availability, I could, but I'm just going to leave it as is, save and publish. Now again, this is called a cloud assignment. Notice that it gives me my instructions and then it tells me that you've created a cloud assignment external tool submission type from your Google account. Students will receive a copy of this document that they can modify for their assignment submissions.
Again, that is a cloud assignment. And when the students get that assignment, it will create a copy for them in their Google Drive. The students will just fill out or answer the questions on that assignment and submit it, and it will come back to you. Very quick way to share a Google or Microsoft assignment with your students. Now let's look at quizzes.
In this video, you will learn how to create and manage quizzes in a Canvas course. To begin, click the Quizzes link in Course Navigation. Then click the Add Quiz button. Under the Details tab, give your quiz a name in the Quiz Name field, and add directions, media, and other instructional content using the Rich Content Editor and Content Selector. Select the type of quiz you will create from the Quiz Type drop-down menu, and select an assignment group from the Assignment Group drop-down menu. You can manage how students view quiz questions and answers in the Options section. To limit student access to the quiz, use the options in the Quiz Restrictions section. Then, add the due date and availability dates for the quiz. To add questions, click the Questions tab. You can add questions to your quiz using the Add New Question, Add New Question group, and Find Questions buttons. To add individual questions and answers to a quiz, click the Add New Question button. Add a question title if desired, and select the question type from the drop-down menu. To adjust the question point value, update the points field, type your question, and add any relevant media and content using the Rich Content Editor and Content Selector. Then add possible answers in the Answers fields. To mark an answer as correct, hover over the correct answer and click the green arrow icon. To include feedback for an answer, click the Answer Comments button. type your comments, and click the Done button. To save your quiz question, click the Update Question button. You can also create question groups in a quiz. Question groups allow you to place multiple questions within a group for students to answer. To create a question group, click the Add New Question Group button and add a title. Then select the number of questions students should see from the question group and specify the number of points per question. You can add question bank questions by clicking the Link to a Question Bank link. Click the Create Group button. To add quiz questions to a question group, click the Add Question button or drag and drop existing questions into the question group. To add questions from a question bank into your quiz, click the Find Questions button. Select the question bank you'd like to use. You can select all questions in the bank by clicking the Select All link, or you can select an individual question by clicking on the Questions checkbox. You can add the question directly to a question group using the Add Questions to the Question Group drop-down menu, then click the Add Questions button. To save and publish your quiz, click the Save and Publish button. To save your quiz without publishing, click the Save button. After saving your quiz, Canvas displays the quiz details, including the quiz due date. You can also preview the student quiz taking experience by clicking the Preview button. You've now completed this tutorial video on quizzes.
Canvas has a feature called SpeedGrader, and what this does, it actually will help you grade your assignments and the student submissions. Let's see how this works.
In this video, you will learn how to use SpeedGrader to grade and comment on assignment submissions. You can access SpeedGrader by clicking an assignment name in the to-do list from the gradebook or from any assignment, graded discussion, or quiz. The SpeedGrader menu bar includes tools and information to assist with grading assignments. Click the gradebook icon to go back to the gradebook page. Click the visibility icon to view options to post or hide grades. The visibility icon may display differently depending on your posting policy or if grades are already posted or hidden. Click the settings icon to manage your SpeedGrader display options, see keyboard shortcuts, and access SpeedGrader help. The menu bar also displays the assignment name with a link to the assignment's details page and due date. You can also view general assignment statistics, including the number of graded submissions and students included in the assignment, the average score for all graded submissions, and the order of the submission you are viewing in the list of students. To view the next or previous submission, click the arrows next to the student name. You can also click the drop-down menu and select the name of the student whose submission you would like to view. Student submissions appear in the left frame. If the file is supported in Doc Viewer, you can add comments and annotations directly to the file. To the right, the SpeedGrader sidebar displays student submission information and grading tools. The top of the sidebar displays the assignment submission date and time. File uploads include a link to download the submission. To grade an assignment, you can manually enter a score in the grade field. Or if you attach the rubric to the assignment, you can click the View Rubric button to use the criterion to compile a score. If you selected to use the rubric for grading, select the criteria from the rubric and click the Save button. The grade box will update automatically using the points set in the rubric. You can also leave submission comments for the student in the sidebar. Type your comment in the text box, upload an attachment, or leave a media comment. Click the Submit button to save your comment. When you grade a discussion, SpeedGrader displays an individual student's posts and replies in a discussion topic. To view the responses in context, Click the View the Full Discussion link at the top of the page. When grading a quiz, move from question to question by clicking the question numbers. You've now completed this tutorial video on SpeedGrader. For additional information on this or any other topic about Canvas, please visit guides.canvaslms.com. You could
So that covers the topics that I wanted to throw at you this morning. And remember that there are so many items that features that Canvas has that, as you start using Canvas and get more into it, there will be things that you'll want to try. Always remember that the Canvas guides are a great resource for you. When you're in Canvas, on the global navigation bar, which is the bar on the left side, if you click the help, you can search the Canvas guides. And the Canvas guides will ask you to log in. And then you can search for about anything that you want to. They have great resources. They have videos. They have the actual guides where they will guide you step through step. And I find it to be very helpful. And there are a lot of times that I actually have to go to the guides because, again, I use Canvas totally different than most of you as classroom teachers do. Do we have any questions?
There's no questions, but
Okay.
Julie says she loves SpeedGrader.
Okay. Now, another thing I want to point out to everyone is under your Boone County bookmarks, we have a Teaching with Technology page. And when you click that link, it's going to bring you to this page. This is where you can find the available trainings that the technology department is offering. Notice we have lots of resources here for you, some on digital citizenship, some tech tips, Infinite Campus Gradebook. But this is the one I really wanted to point out. This is a Growing with Canvas course. And what has happened is all middle schools and high schools in Boone County have access to Canvas. So you could be using the Canvas LMS, Learning Management System. A course has been created. A course has been created for each of the buildings. So if you are in Connor High School, you could click this and you will be put into this Growing with Canvas course that covers a lot of the items that we went over today and yesterday. And it actually will cover some additional items. If I'm looking at my dashboard back in Canvas and I go into the Growing with Canvas course, this course was actually created by Canvas, and then they give their schools the rights to go in and manipulate and change it to meet what each district needs. We have actually added an additional module which includes information that just talks about the way Boone County School does certain items. This class is set up that you have to go through each module. They are prerequisites. So the first 6 modules you have to go through in order. However, this module, Module 7, does not have a prerequisite. So if you have not gone through the course, but you want to see the information in this module, you can do so by joining the course. And you'll see that the items that it covers are course creation, cross-listing. Let's say that you're teaching several sections of one course, and you teach the same assignments, the same material in each course, or each section, excuse me. You don't want to have to create the same assignments 3 or 4 times. So what you can do is cross-list. Now, there are some items that you have to be aware of when it deals with cross-listing. For instance, you need to do it after students are enrolled, but before anybody submits assignments, because it really kind of groups them as one group as far as the assignments are concerned. We talk about grade passback. Boone County Schools, we can use Canvas with grade passback, and it will actually pass items back into Infinite Campus. However, there are certain ways that things have to be set up in order for that to work. So we've given some directions there. Also, our instructional coaches are in the buildings, and they, I know, work very closely with the teachers on grade passback. Mastery learning with rubrics and outcomes using external apps. If you have a student who has an I and they need additional time, and then Edgenuity integration. For those core content teachers, we can actually bring in Edgenuity digital content and use it within the Canvas environment. And again, there's a particular way that that has to happen. These items are there for you to use, and if at any time you need any help, again, please don't hesitate to email me. And we have a question.
Yep. Kevin has a question. It says, with the question banks groups, is it possible to create a different quiz for each student? For example, if I had a bank of 10 questions per standard and was testing 3 standards on a quiz, can I create a set of unique tests with a couple questions from each bank?
And Kevin, I apologize, but I don't know that answer. I will have to look into that. Again, you know, you as a classroom teacher use it differently than I do. I've never used question banks in a quiz situation. But Kevin, if you will do me a favor, shoot me an email with that question, and I will get that answer and get back with you. Great question. Any other questions?
Holly just says, if you've not used Canvas, she highly recommends going through the entire Growing with Canvas training.
Great. And that is why it's out there, because we wanted to give some good resources to our teachers. If there are no more questions, Marianne and I will hang around for a few more minutes in case somebody thinks of something. Again, please feel free to email me directly at any time. And we also ask that you complete the survey, the evaluation found at this link. Marianne will put that in the chat window for you, please. And this is how you receive your certificate. We've had questions where people have said, well, if I watched the recording because I couldn't attend the session, will I get credit for attending that session? And our answer is the link will be there. You can fill out the survey. You will get the certificate, but it's a building decision whether you get flex time or PD credit for those courses. Thank you for attending today, and I hope to see you in our future sessions.